What's going on, everybody? Brian Mann here, hands-on auto training, end of day. This is November 2nd, 2021. Guys, I was out on Salt Mine Day. I'll tell you a little bit about that story in just a second. Just want to remind you all, we're giving away a U-Scope this Friday for Premium and Core membership subscribers. So if you're a member of the Premium or Core, you'll be signed up or entered in to win that drawing. So I got to the salt mine early, and I took that fuel injector control module that I had received back in the mail that was checked out. I installed it, and I just wanted to verify I was dealing with the same situation just by turning the key on. I didn't even try and crank it. Turning the key on, I was setting the U0105. This time around, I was setting the U0106, and the U0073 popped up again. So I was like, well, this isn't good, but let me try and crank on it anyhow. I just want to see if anything changed. And the batteries on this thing were really bad. I mean, I could not get this thing to crank. So I was going to be waiting for a while for them to go get a battery for me. They needed 2 batteries, but they only got 1. That's another story. So I decided to go ahead and rerun this high-speed CAN network that goes between the PCM, TCM, glow plug control module, and the fuel injector control module. I went ahead and redid the whole thing on my own. You know, twisted them up nice and spliced it all together really good. I mean, I did a good job. And lo and behold, now we only have the U0106. The loss of communication with the fuel injector control module and the U0073 code went away. So I must have missed something. I must have not have seen it or whatever. But that code went away. And once we got the batteries in, or a battery in this thing, and tried to charge up the other one, I had myself a crank no start situation. Now I could hear the mechanical fuel pump. I guess it's that clunk clunk pump in the back. I guess that's just a transfer pump. I was talking to some online Facebook friends after I got out this afternoon, because I am really not familiar with this diesel stuff too much. I don't do it a lot, and I was advised that the high pressure pump will pull the fuel from the front tank. So we had a situation where I could hear that transfer pump pumping, but I still had no. When I was cranking this thing over, I did not have high pressure fuel. I mean, we were like 20 or 30 psi. And that thing should be hitting like 5,000 or 6,000, I believe. So we had no fuel pressure. I did verify. We had a fuel truck come to dump some fuel in there. It did have fuel in both tanks. And at this point, I wanted to go ahead and crank on this thing again. I went to crank it, and all of a sudden, as it was cranking, I lost my crank. It just stopped cranking, and the dash lights went crazy. What I mean by dash lights, I'm talking about the ABS light, the airbag light. The check engine light on this truck is broken, so that was never on anyways. So all this stuff went crazy. The Prindle went crazy. If I turned the headlight switch to one position, all of a sudden everything was going back to normal. So turning the headlight switch back and forth would make the problem come and go. So what does that tell you? Usually that's going to be a bad ground. It could be a bad power supply somewhere, but we have definitely a voltage drop somewhere. My big challenge down there is I don't have every diagram printed up for this vehicle, so I don't have a way of looking stuff up. I started to investigate some grounds and poking around, and then we got the evacuation light. So we had to get out of there. The blue lights on these trucks mean it's time to go. So I guess they had a problem with one of the elevators. Anytime they have a problem with one elevator, you got to get out on another one for safety reasons. So I had a chance to ride up on what they call a skip. This is actually a big chute or bucket that carries the salt up out of the mine. I believe the load limit on that thing is like 50,000 pounds or something crazy, but it goes fast. I mean, it's really fast. It's not designed for people, but they put a little like gate and chain type thing on there, and it's open. You can just see the side of the mine or the shaft as you're just flying up. It went pretty fast too. Very cool ride out. After that, you know, I got out of there. I got to do some more research and get back down here whenever we can schedule it. But that's a story that I have for you. So I'm happy that I did get communication back with that fuel injector control module. I'm mad at myself because apparently I missed something. But hey, whatever. We're going to get this thing fixed. We still don't have a running truck. And also, talking to a friend on Facebook, I was advised, hey, make sure you prime up that thing because it's been sitting. I guess this hasn't ran for approximately 6 months. This truck has been down for a long time. So there is a very possible probability that this thing may have lost its fuel prime. So I didn't even think about that or know about it. So I'm going to go back down there and try and prime that thing up next time I get down there. After that, we did a used transmission in a 2017 Malibu. This thing was setting some security codes and had a security light on before the job got started. I found out. I thought that the security light came on after I tried to program this thing, but we did get the VIN number to change in the transmission control module, so that was good, and we're all good there. Guys, I appreciate your support. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch. If you have any questions or recommendations on how to fix this Chevy truck, I'm all ears. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.